Jock Journal Radio. Jock Journal Radio brings you NFL Talk Late Night. Just two hardcore fans talking football after their kids have gone to bed, and they invite you to join our conversation. If there's a hot topic or even a cold topic, these chumps will be jawing it up every night. So leave those nudie sites alone and call us. And if you're lucky, they might give you my number. NFL Talk Late Night from Jock Journal Radio.
Oh, Jock Stars, I'm sure you're all out there enjoying the last few moments that you have of your busy work week, that you're trying to slam everything into your ultimately difficult, tight little window of time before Christmas begins. But before you do that, let me go ahead and introduce us. I'm Nash, and you're listening to NFL Talk. Guys, Javi's with me tonight. This is the last night for all you people who've been telling me you've been jonesing for some Matt. Javi's going to be pinch hitting for Matt and doing a darn good job. He's on that all the time with us on many different occasions. So this is not anything new. You guys all know who Javi is, and so many of you are big fans. So we get a really special treat while Matt is literally in a minivan driving his way home. We have Javi here helping us get through NFL Week 16 picks. Are you excited? Okay, yeah, me too. This is many people's fantasy week, so we actually pushed the fantasy week till Wednesday to give us a little bit extra time to be able to pick some fantasy guys and make sure that we did this the right way with everything. It's actually going to be a different sort of a week. We're doing things a little bit in reverse. We usually do the picks like right at Friday, and we usually do our fantasy discussion Wednesday. Now we're doing our picks Tuesday, and we do our fantasy discussion again on Wednesday. It's like a bizarro week, you know? It's definitely been interesting, that's for sure. In the first weeks, I was having some massive issues with fantasy football from top to bottom. I couldn't seem to find my rhythm. I couldn't seem to find my way. It was a very difficult situation for me. I kept failing. I actually ended up 1-5 for the first mini 6 games. It was embarrassing for me in most of my leagues that I was in, except for my family league. My family league, I'm doing great. And in fact, I'm going to be playing in the playoffs this week, I think. Actually, I think I'm playing against my wife, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. No. She is, she's really good at fantasy football, but she doesn't get all hyped up like I do. She really doesn't. And she sometimes will even forget to set her lineup, which always makes me happy. That's what she did last week, and it helped me out quite considerably. I do like a pick'em with a bunch of people, and like my mom and she just does weird crap that always ends up working. Like she'll always just pick like the Eagles to beat the Patriots or something like that, and like everyone is just wondering like what the hell. The only one that gets it right, so we just got that weird voodoo magic as a women team. So I don't know. Yeah, last year she was really, really, really powerful in our Dynasty League. She actually was like number 2 in our Dynasty League and almost won the championship. This year she's barely 4-9. It's been really rough for her to try to figure it out. And we're all sitting here. We're literally sitting here right now waiting for this show to end because we actually have a date tonight. We're gonna go out and we're gonna go watch Star Wars. I don't spoil anything. I haven't seen it. Okay. I'm so dying to see it. I really am. And we don't have any kids. I mean, they're both off to grandma's house right now, and that's given us 3 days. 3 days, the first time in our life that we've gone 3 days. Well, not life, but since kid life, I guess, our adult parents' life, first time in forever that we've had 3 days without kids in the house. I am so happy about it, and I guess that kind of brings me to a good topic for Shock the Jock tonight. Let's ask you first. Do you have kids, Javi?
I do. I have a little boy.
Okay. What is when the kids were gone? What is the craziest thing you said? Okay, I'm doing this now that the kids are gone. The craziest thing.
I'm the most boring person ever, and so you know what? I mean, you just fire up the PlayStation, naked. Just play video games naked. Why not walk around your house, drink by yourself naked? I mean, you get it, put a Santa Claus hat on, because you know it's Christmas. You pour the Jack Daniels, get the Coke,
Nice.
and you start eating McDonald's. Well, you don't go to McDonald's naked. You bring McDonald's back.
Javi, remind me if I ever come visit you to be sure to bring a towel to put down on whatever I sit down on, because that could be a kind of a unusual circumstances. Let's begin the Shock the Jock. Hold on just a second. We have a new intro for Shock the Jock.
So now that one of these asshats has nerve damage from the Shock the Jock, we play a little differently. They have a question, so surprise them with your answer. You could win money if it's shocking enough.
And that's it. So you got to text 77948. You just text us, type the word text as that first one, and admit what is the most outrageous thing you have done while the kids were gone. I know that right now I almost feel like having a booze fest, calling over a couple of strippers, and my wife will be, and I will just be like, hey, yeah. But, you know, that's really not going to happen. We don't have that kind of money or that kind of energy. Exactly. Oh, so let's go ahead and get these texters to text us in. 77948. Type the word text right there, space, and then the message of what you're going to be doing with a completely clear house with no kids, okay? Also, there's other ways to reach us. First off, if you go to jockjournal.com/NFL Talk, you can find a nice little form where you could fill it out and tell us what you would do right there. Tell us where you are, where you're from, all that stuff, and fill out that form, and we'll read these things on the air. If you have the most shocking thing, you're going to be entered into a contest for $50 at the end of the month. Right now, the most shocking thing that we've seen is somebody who's going to be giving a $4,000 truck away to his kid for Christmas. And that's pretty shocking. That's pretty good. But there's got to be something more shocking out there than that, right?
Oh, this guy, come on. Come on. I don't know, we got some stuff like that. I mean, times all the time. So you got jock stars. Just open up a little bit. Come on. Let's really see. Everybody out there is weird. Tell us about your weirdness. That's all we ask.
Yes, that is exactly all that we ask. So we're going to ask you to go ahead and give us that holler. And if we're not, if you're Javi admits he drinks and runs around naked playing PlayStation. Let's see what you have, okay? So guys, let's go to figuring out what's going on in NFL Week 16. First off, let's go ahead and do these games as they're going to be played. I think that's the best way to kind of like, figure out what's up. I'm getting messages that people cannot hear you, Javi. I think I fixed that. Go ahead and say something just to find out for sure.
Hi.
I think you're coming in loud and clear.
All right. People got to hear this because I'm full of all sorts of awesome stuff to say.
You sure do. You absolutely do. Okay, so let's see. Let's go straight to the Chargers and the Raiders. The Raiders. That's going to be on Thursday, December 24th. Good old Christmas Eve. Now, I just found out that Phillip Rivers is actually the highest paid NFL player this year as far as terms of real money that they receive. Can you believe that?
No, the Chargers make me want to puke. I can't stand them.
Yeah, and now they're going to Oakland to play the Raiders. I don't really see this as being much game to watch. It's going to be on national television, and people are going to be chiming in to find out what's going on. But what do you think? What do you think about this game? Being that it's in Oakland, I see it as a major Oakland victory. But if the Chargers are playing like they did last week with Danny Woodhead, literally like a man on fire, does this have some possibility of possibly just one way the Raiders come out and win this game? Or, I'm sorry, the Chargers come out to win this game?
I think it'll be a good game. I mean, these are divisional foes, so this is obviously going to be something that these guys will be fighting back and forth, and these teams know each other, personnel know each other, and the Chargers can win. Phillip Rivers is a good enough quarterback that he can go out there and he can almost, he almost wills the 4 wins that they've had. He's almost willed every single one of them. He's doing it largely by himself. Danny Woodhead comes in and out, but I really love the Raiders. They're the crappiest team that I like. And they're 6-8, but there's just something big about this team. They've got a lot of star power. They got a lot of firepower. Khalil Mack is obviously having a great year, and I think the Raiders. I've got to give them. I'll give them 28, and I'll say the Chargers hit about 18.
Okay, yeah, no, that's. You know what? I tend to agree with you a lot with this one. The Chargers can be one of those teams that do well from time to time and then all of a sudden just disappear. They started the season relatively well with their passing attack, not necessarily in their win-loss column, but then with all the receivers that went down and stuff like that, it's a dead situation. However, here we are in Oakland. Charles Woodson has announced his retirement, and that he's going to be retiring, and that it's going to be a festive and momentous occasion. I do believe that the Raiders are going to trump, and I believe that this is going to end up in a score of 24-20 in the favor of the Oakland Raiders. The next game on the agenda is Saturday. Yes, the Saturday games are beginning to come out in the NFL yet again. And here we go with the Redskins, who have been on fire. Kirk Cousins, though, has not always been a promising quarterback on the road, and he travels to Philadelphia to take on the Eagles.
I've been doubting Kirk Cousins this whole time. I think he's actually like a top 15 quarterback. Like, I think he's actually they're not that bad. He's kind of like Mark Sanchez. They're going to have that moment. It's going to be late in the fourth quarter. You can't turn it over. There's something that they can't make a mistake. And in that moment, they make the biggest high-profile mistake. I think like Skip Bayless calls like Mark Sanchez like the ultimate accident waiting to happen. And that's Kirk Cousins. But I think the rest of the team is built well enough that they can beat the Eagles. I don't think that Chip Kelly and his crew, they've piled up some impressive wins, but really I don't think they still get it. I think that they've kind of highlighted up a lot of different teams' mistakes. And I really see the Redskins winning this division, go to the playoffs, and then they'll shit the bed. But for now, they're going to do all right. I think the Redskins, I'll give them about, let's say 24, Eagles 20, 21. It'll be close.